Hello, everybody, and welcome to another of our live on location video podcasts from Switzerland. And today we're in one of my very favourite destinations, and we're going to be going on a beautiful little tour thanks to my guest today, Kelly Joss from Jungfrau Region Tourism. Welcome, Kelly.
Hello, Caroline, and welcome to Lauterbrunnen. So my name is Kelly, and I work for the Jungfrau Region. And today I will take you on a trip to Wengen. And we are standing here at the train station Lauterbrunnen and are going to board this train now because it's leaving in 2 minutes.
Okay, wonderful. So maybe while you're getting on the train, perhaps you could, if you can find a seat there, perhaps you can tell us a little bit briefly just about Lauterbrunnen before we set off on our train ride.
Yes, sure. So, Lauterbrunnen is a small mountain village, actually. With only around 800 residents. And you will see it later on the train. I have a window seat. I can show you the waterfalls when you are on the way to Wengen. But yeah, it's famous for its waterfalls. So there are 72 waterfalls in total. And one of them is the famous Staubach waterfall. And yeah, so people are visiting because of the beautiful landscapes, the rock cliffs, the waterfalls. And even Goethe was inspired by Lauterbrunnen to write one of his poems about the Staubach waterfall. And also the landscapes in Lord of the Rings was inspired by the landscapes of Lauterbrunnen. So it's very, special mountain town.
Yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous, isn't it? I mean, that train that you've just boarded has come from Interlaken, and I think anyone who's on that train as they arrive into Lauterbrunnen through the valley, they're just in awe of the scenery. It's just incredible, and as you said, that the waterfalls are particularly spectacular.
Yes. So you take the train from Interlaken. That's actually the train on the opposite side to Lauterbrunnen, and in Lauterbrunnen you can switch on the train to Wengen, and of course, like everywhere in Switzerland, the timetables are very connected, so you arrive here and switch on the other track.
So how often do the trains come from Interlaken to Lauterbrunnen and then continue on to Wengen?
Every half an hour. Sorry, I have to look for my ticket in case someone is coming.
Yes, you better travel with a ticket.
Yeah.
We definitely want you to have the correct ticket.
Yes. So it's every half an hour from Interlaken to Lauterbrunnen, and then the connection to Wengen. So it's quite regular when you can take the train in Interlaken.
Yeah, okay, that's very convenient. So speaking of tickets, what sort of tickets can people use on the trains? I mean, obviously they can buy just a regular ticket, but a lot of people travel with a travel pass. Are those travel passes valid on this train from Lauterbrunnen to Wengen?
Yes, so if you have the Swiss travel pass, it's valid until Wengen, because Wengen is also in that public transport system because it's a place where people are living. So for many guests, they have the Swiss travel pass, they can go into Wengen. And then for the region, there's the Jungfrau travel pass, which includes the whole Jungfrau railways network. And also the Ben and Oberland pass is valid to go. Yeah.
You'd like to point out some of the beautiful scenery, firstly, as we pass through Lauterbrunnen.
Yes. So in a few minutes or seconds, we will see the Staubach waterfall, and you can see already from here a bit. I will point it out again when we are going around the corner so we can see it. But yeah, even just the train ride, it's just a 10 minutes ride from Lauterbrunnen to Wengen. But even this is already spectacular because you have a a great view on the down to the valley. It's a very famous view with the church. So there's a viewpoint up the hill, and then yeah, you have the church and the Staubach waterfall. You don't really see a lot of the waterfall now because in summer there's less water, but it's still still a great view. Of course, panoramic trains are very famous and popular, but yeah, you can hop on many different trains around Switzerland, and the view is just beautiful. And as you see, I don't know if you see it, but we are climbing up a bit. Um, so Lauterbrunnen is on 795 meters and Wengen on 1,250. So it's around 500 meters of elevation that we do on the train. And that's also quite special because it's a new train. And I think many people from other companies really know the system of a cocktail train. So it's quite special to go.
Now, I notice you're sitting on the right-hand side of the train there for the ride up from Lauterbrunnen to Wengen. Is that your tip for people who are doing that upward journey?
Actually, it's nice on both sides, but if you're sitting on the right hand side, you have the view on the beautiful Staubach Fall. But as the train is doing a curve or yes, changing direction, actually, you have a nice view on both sides because if you're sitting on the left side, you then have the nice view down to the valley, which is now. So it's actually, yeah, it's beautiful on both sides because you turn around and the train is quite small. So even if you are sitting on the right side, go to the left side. So we have now arrived at Wengen station. As you can see, that's the train arriving here. So it's high season at the moment in the middle of July. So many people visiting. And yeah, we're going to take you on a tour to the village now.
Okay. So from Wengen, apart from going back down the valley to Lauterbrunnen and then on to Interlaken, do the trains continue on up the mountain, don't they? Where do they go to?
Yes, exactly. So this train I was on now, this is continuing this way up to Kleine Scheideck. And from there, you can switch on the train to go down on the other side to Grindelwald. Or from Kleine Scheideck, you can continue your journey up to Jungfrau Region, top of Europe.
Okay, fantastic. All right. So why have you chosen Wengen as the location for today's video? What's so good about Wengen that you wanted to show us around?
Yes, so the Jungfrau region includes 5 different villages. So that's Wengen, Grindelwald, Lauterbrunnen, the Haslital, and Mürren. And Wengen is special because on one hand, it's a car-free village. So there's no street leading up to Wengen. I just want to show you why it's so special, why it's a beautiful mountain village. And that is also easy to reach, even if it's car-free. And there are also some new hotel openings. So there's a lot going on in Wengen. And I think it's also a bit less known than Grindelwald on the other hand. So I just wanted to point out what makes Wengen so special.
Okay, great. Well, yeah, looking forward to the tour.
Yes, so we are at the train station now. So Wengen is quite small. So here on this side we have the supermarket, the Coop, and then if we turn left here, that's actually the main village streets already. So Wengen has around 1,000 all-year residents. That means that in peak season, especially in winter, there are many more people living in Wengen because with all the holiday apartments and hotel guests, at sometimes there are even around 10,000, I think, 10,000 people living in Wengen. So that's quite crazy because it's such a small place and Of course, it's very popular in winter for skiing, and it's also famous for the Lauterbrunnen races. That's when the most people are visiting Wengen. So the Lauterbrunnen downhill race is one of the most famous and also most challenging downhill ski races, and is taking place every January. So that's when a lot of people are visiting Wengen. And I'm going to show you the center of the village, more or less. You see at the moment it's quite busy with different people visiting. And on this side, I walk a bit further so you can see it. This little wooden house over there is the tourist center. The tourist center is in the middle of the village, and during summer it's open from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. So quite a long time, where you can get some information about what are the best hiking spots, or in winter where you can go skiing. And on this side, or also which also belong to the tourist center, is the ice rink. Of course, the ice rink is not open during summer, but there's also a tennis court. You see a little playground. So yeah, it's a very nice village center. So that's a tourist office on this side, and on this side we have the cable car which goes up to Männlichen.
Mannlichen, that's quite, well, probably a bit lesser known mountain excursion than some of the others in the region. Can you tell us a bit about Mannlichen?
So there are two cable cars going up. One is this one, the cable car Wengen Männlichen. That's the starting point, and it takes you up there. So Männlichen is a great place in summer to go hiking, and in winter it's a skiing area. And the cable car operates from 8:30 in the morning until 5 o'clock in the evening, and the ride only takes 6 minutes, so it's quite accessible from Wengen. And I don't know if you can see the advertisement, but they also offer the Royal Ride and the Royal Walk. The Royal Ride is a very fun offer, because you pay 5 francs extra, and then you are allowed to stand on top of the gondola. So you are outside on top of the gondola, and you can enjoy the surroundings, and it's a really special feeling. And yeah, it's called Royal Ride because you feel like a king or a queen when you're standing on the gondola. And then up on Männlichen, yeah, it's a great starting point to do several hikes. One of them is the Royal Walk. So the Royal Walk takes you from the station to a little viewing point, or the panoramic hike to Kleine Scheideck. So as I told you before, the train takes you to Kleine Scheideck as well. So you can take the cable car up to Männlichen, do the hike to Kleine Scheideck, and then take the train down to Wengen again. So you have a little round trip.
Yeah, and that's an amazing hike to do in summer. The views along the way are just breathtaking.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And in winter, of course, you take this cable car to go up the mountain, and you're in the middle of the ski area. Because if you take the train, it takes you a bit longer. So that's the quickest way actually to go to the ski area. And Männlichen and Kleine Scheideck are connected in one ski area. So you can start the day at Männlichen, ski down to Wengen or Grindelwald, and then go to Kleine Scheideck and end up in Wengen again. So it's all very connected.
Yeah, great. And there's a really good playground for children at Männlichen too, isn't there?
Yes, there's a big playground with a big cow, and there are also some themed trails that start from Wengen. I think the cow is called Lily. So Lily takes you on a hike, or there's the apple fritter way, which takes you down to Brandeck, where you can eat some apple fritters. So yeah, there are many different offers as well for families.
Great. And we just saw the cable car there behind you heading up towards Mannlichen.
I probably just missed it. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, we can see it there. We can see it there behind you.
Yeah.
Great. So that's a must-do mountain excursion for anyone visiting Wengen.
Yes, when you're visiting Wengen, of course, yeah. And I can also show you behind the cable car station. Another thing that's great for families is it's called Crazy Mini Golf. It's a mini golf court that's inspired by the Lauterbrunnen races. So every stop, every hole has a little history or little story about the Lauterbrunnen races. So there are different elements in the race which they pick up in the mini golf court as well. So that's here. So go up a bit, you see it a little bit better. So the start is like in the ski race, a little start house. And then you also see the train going up. And yeah, so it's a mini golf court inspired by the Lauterbrunnen races, which is quite nice. So it's a bit different than the other mini golf courts.
Yeah, sure. And do people rent the equipment, the clubs and the balls? Do they get those from the tourist office?
Yes, you can get those in the tourist office. I'm not sure how much you pay for it. I think like the entrance is free, but you have to pay for the balls or the equipment. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Okay. So where are you going to take us next?
Yeah. So I'm just going down from the station back to the main road. And yeah, it's quite nice that the sun is out now. It was raining this morning. So just passing by the Dorflade. Dorflade is actually a village shop in Wengen. So there's the supermarket, which we passed before. The Coop supermarket is quite famous. There are many Coop supermarkets around Switzerland where you can get all your regular groceries. The village shop is also a grocery store, but you can get some more like special stuff. They bake their homemade bread every day. They sell local cheese, which is produced at Wengen Alps, and they also offer homemade cheese and fondue. So
okay.
and fondue cheese.
Yeah, okay. So very local specialties.
Yes, exactly. And then when we follow the main street, we pass by the Hotel Brown Bear. The Hotel Brown Bear is very new. So it has just reopened this year in January. And it was formerly known as the Hotel Alpine in Wengen. So the hotel itself is not new, but all the rooms have been renovated and it has been reopened as the Hotel Brown Bear. And it's a 4-star hotel that offers around 80 rooms. Additional to the rooms, they have the restaurant, and as well, we have the sign here, the grill cotta, which they have in the garden. So the grill cotta is like a grill hut with a fireplace in it, where you can enjoy a nice fondue or raclette evening. And they also have a big spa area with an indoor swimming pool and an outdoor sauna. So it's very nice hotel in Wengen.
And very, very, very central.
Yeah, it's really right in the middle of the village.
Wow. It's such an authentic Swiss village, isn't it? When you look around there with all the beautiful wooden chalets and the flowers in summer, and the green meadows. It's just so typically Swiss.
Yeah, exactly. So there are some hotels, not many. I think it's around 16 hotels, but it's still not. It doesn't look like there are so many hotels because they really fit in the scenery and the surroundings. So that's really nice. And there are some, all the nice wooden houses and rental holiday apartments. So it's a really authentic, small Swiss village, I would say.
Yeah. And I guess, I mean, some mountain villages in Switzerland, it can be a bit more difficult to get to in the off seasons because they're accessed by cable cars, and there might be times when they're closed for maintenance. But that's not an issue with Wengen, is it? Because as you said before, a lot of people actually live there year round, and the train operates all the time.
Yes, exactly. So you can access it all year round. So the train runs all year round because people are living here, so they can just cut off the train. But some cable cars have maintenance work in the off seasons when they are closed. So, for example, the Männlichen cable car we saw before, they close between winter and summer season from middle of April until end of May, and also between summer and winter season from the end of October until middle of December. But there's still a lot to do, even if some cable cars are closed, because there are some activities you can do all year round, like the Jungfrau Joch is accessible 365 days a year, and as well the Schildhorn cable car, which you can, sorry, I'm breathing, which you can reach from Wengen down to Lauterbrunnen and then to the other side to Stechelberg and Mürren. There's the Schildhorn cable car, which is also operating 365 days a year. There's even in the low season, you have a lot of different things to explore in and around Wengen.
Yeah, good. Now you have come up a bit of a hill there. We've made you work hard. Sorry about that.
It's okay. So I've already reached like almost the end of the main road, and I'm taking you here to the viewpoint at the church. So there's a fun fact about Wengen, because Wengen has 3 different churches. This is the Reformed Church, and there's also the English Church and the Roman Catholic Church. And I don't want to show you the church in first place, but the beautiful viewpoint. So it's already beautiful from here because you can see the Jungfrau mountain, the valley down in Lauterbrunnen. And if you continue walking, we even have a better view. So that's a really Instagrammable place here. There's a little bench where you can sit down. Oh, there was a proposal. Oh my gosh. Someone getting proposed. I don't want to disturb them.
Wow. What a place to be proposed to. You could not say no.
My goodness. Well, yeah, it's such a nice place that even people get proposed to here. So I'm just walking down a bit on the side, so I'm not going to disturb them. What a timing.
We don't want to record their special moment.
No. That's very funny. So yeah, the house is in the way a bit, but you can see it. Very beautiful view down into the village of Lauterbrunnen, as well with the Staubbach waterfall, and then on the opposite side, so the train station will be behind this house. And there you see, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little cable car going up to Grutsch Alp. And from Grutsch Alp, you can take the train to the other side to Mürren. So up the hill on the other side, there is Mürren, and you can also reach Mürren from down in the valley. So at the end of the village or of the valley, there is Stechelberg, and from there is the Schilthorn Cableway taking you up to Mürren, and then further up to Schilthorn. So yeah, it's a really beautiful view on the Lauterbrunnen Valley from here.
Now, we briefly mentioned Grindelwald before, and I know that for people that go up to basically to get from Wengen to Grindelwald, there's a couple of ways, isn't there? So people could go back down to Lauterbrunnen on the train, continue towards Interlaken, but change trains at Zweilütschinen, and then take another train to Grindelwald, or they can go via cable car. So how would they do that?
Yeah, so actually there are 3 different ways, because on one hand you can take the train down, as you said, and then change in Zweilütschinen and go up on the other side again, or they take the train to Kleine Scheideck, and then from Kleine Scheideck down to Grindelwald or up to Männlichen. And then on Männlichen you have to do a little walk because the other cable car station is a bit further down. And then you can take the cable car down to Grindelwald from Männlichen. So it's all very connected between Wengen and Grindelwald with different cable cars and trains.
Yeah, so you can do a round trip, and maybe you could even do 2 different round trips, because, as you said, there's the 3 different ways.
Yeah, it's very easy. If you stay in Grindelwald, you can still visit Wengen or even Mürren, because it's all quite close, and from Wengen go up the mountain and down to Grindelwald or down to Lauterbrunnen and then to Mürren. So it's all very easy to reach because it's very well connected.
Yeah. But I think if you were staying in Wengen and you were staying in one of those beautiful hotels, you're probably just happy to sit there and look at that view all the time. So I think people should go and do a mountain excursion, but if they don't, they're still going to get those incredible views, aren't they?
Yeah, really. So a lot of people think, or it's also true, that it's a very nice location or destination for very active people, because you can do hiking, mountain biking, skiing, trail running, also different adventure activities, whatever. But even if you're not very keen to walk, or if you're not very good in walking because you're a bit older or whatever, it's still nice to just stroll through the village. And because of all the different cable cars and trains, it's very accessible. So even if you're not very, very active, it's nice to just admire the view and enjoy surroundings.
What's your favorite thing to do in Wengen?
I'm going to show you first the view again. So that's the view again. So if you want to propose to your girlfriend or boyfriend, that's the place to be. That's a good question. So I really like just Wengen itself to, like I said before, to walk around. But Männlichen actually is one of my favorite places to go to Wengen, and especially do the panorama hike to Kleine Scheideck and then go down by train. So you have a nice round trip. So that's a really nice thing to do in Wengen. And of course, in winter, it's a great place to go skiing as well. So now I'm walking a bit further with almost the end of the street, because I want to show you another hotel. So the hotel we are walking to now is the Grand Hotel Belvedere, and it's a 5-star hotel. Actually, it's the first 5-star hotel in Wengen and the second in the whole region because there's only one other 5-star hotel in Grindelwald. And the Grand Hotel Belvedere combines two different buildings. So previously it was two different hotels, the Belvedere and the Wengenhof. And they renovated both of the hotels and reopened it as one 5-star hotel with a total of 90 different rooms and 2 restaurants and one big spa area in between. So that's the Royal Hotel Belvedere. So there's one building down here and one building up there, and it both belongs together. And they have opened this spring, but I think they're still doing some buildings or renovations at the spa area.
You did mention earlier when you were at the station that Wengen is a car-free village, and we can see you've walked a little distance. So if people are a bit worried that they're going to have to carry their luggage all the way to the hotel, is there an option for them?
Yes. So there are many hotels, or almost all of the hotels, that offer luggage transport or even shuttle service if you don't want to walk, especially when you are here at the Grand Hotel Belvedere, which is a bit further away from the station. You can just call them or tell them before you come here that you want to be picked up, and they're going to pick you up. So it's almost no cars, but there are some shuttle services from the hotels, and there's even a taxi service in Wengen. So it's still very easy to get around, even if you're not into walking or if you're not able to walk some distances.
Yeah. Well, that's great to know. Is there anything else you want to show us in Wengen?
It's a good question. So I think there was, of course, there's a lot of different things to explore, but I think that was a good sum up of the main street and all the things you can do in Wengen. So I think there's nothing to add at the moment.
Okay, fantastic. So do you have one final tip or a final reason that you'd like to give to our audience as to why they should consider staying in Wengen when they plan their trip to the Jungfrau region?
Yes, so of course, as I said, it's a great place to be outdoors, to enjoy hiking, skiing, and all the different activities. But I think it's also nice to visit Wengen because of the tradition and the culture, because you come to Wengen and you see that it's a really real village, and you can really dive into the culture and traditions. What I wanted to add, now I remember it, they also do folklore nights every 2 weeks in Wengen, where you can see traditional dancing and yodeling. So I think it's the things like this, or the local cheese, and these local traditions and cultures, which really make it a special place to visit, because it's very accessible and just a lovely mountain village to stay at.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, for anyone watching who wants to get more information about Wengen, where can they find that online?
Yes, so you can find more information on our website. That's jungfrauregion.swiss, or of course, also contact me. And we also have social media accounts. You also find us on Facebook and Instagram if you want to get inspired with some more content and see some beautiful pictures about the Jungfrau region.
I'm sure everyone is looking forward to seeing more beautiful images from Wengen and the Jungfrau region after the beautiful scenery you've already shown us today. So thank you very much, Kelly, for the fantastic tour. It's been wonderful, and I'm glad we managed to find the sunshine. So thank you for the great timing. And for everyone watching, don't forget that we'll have more of these live on location videos coming soon. And if you haven't seen the previous ones, make sure you go back and have a look at those. We're touring some beautiful destinations in Switzerland, just like we did today with Kelly in Wengen. So subscribe to the Holidays to Switzerland channel on YouTube, and I look forward to seeing you next time.